Hi everyone, it's Tammy with the Frou-frou Studio, and welcome back to my channel. I do appreciate you joining me today. I am going to be working on some Wednesday grunge play today, and I'm going to show you how to make these grungy little flowers that you can use in your journal or on your journal covers. For example, if I was to put it on this cover, I would probably put it on this ribbon, something like that. And you could put a pin on the back of it if you wanted to, so that you could pin it on there. So, I'm going to show you how to make that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get started on it, and then after I kind of show you the steps, I'll stop the camera and finish it because it does take a while to tie all these on here, and then I will pop back on and we can see the results. I am working on the smallest string that I have so that I can go fairly quickly because, like I said, it does take a while. But what you want to do is you want to have some kind of metal ring, any size that you want. This flower is on this ring, okay? And it doesn't have to be the ones that open. Those just happen to be the ones that I have. If you have like the solid ones that are for crochet or for macrame, those will work just fine. You could probably also, if you had wire or something that you could bend into a circle, a curtain hook, you know, anything that's just round is what you want. And like I said, these are the sizes that I have, and so for the video I'm using the smallest one so it won't take me so long. And then what I have here is just some cotton muslin, and the width of your strips really is going to depend on what size your ring is. Obviously, I don't want real wide ones for this little bitty one. But you can determine, you can see on this one, you know, they're about that wide. Okay, and you will need several, and you want to do them really tight around the ring so that you have a nice full flower. So I'll tie a couple on here, and then like I said, I'll pause and tie the rest of them and then come back to show you the next step. And you're just going to tear your strips, and then you're just going to tie them in a knot. And I just do a single knot because I'm doing them so tight that they're not going to go anywhere. Especially once you put your center in there. They're not going to come untied. I used to make these for primitive makes back when I sold primitives when they were popular. With mason jar lids, and I thought, well, you know, could you make that work in a journal, because they were always nice and grungy and perfect for our little Grunge Wednesday project. So I tried one, and I think it came out really cute, so I thought I would share it with you guys. Okay, so basically that's what you're going to do, is just keep on tying knots, and like I said, squish them together so you get them nice and tight. Okay, so I'm going to pause you now, and I'm going to continue to go around, and then we'll carry on with the next step. So I will be right back for you. Okay, I'm back and I have all my little muslin pieces tied on and ready to go. So the next thing that I like to do is kind of give it a haircut. And so I want to kind of, I'm not going to be real critical with this, but I kind of like to get a semi-even shape around my flower. Something like that. And then give them my little petals any more roughing up that I want to do. I do try to leave most strings because I like it, but you don't have to if you don't want to. That's totally up to you. Okay. Now, my next step would be to grunge it. And you can choose to do that in whatever color you want. You can also choose whatever fabric you want to make these. If you have a print fabric or another solid color fabric that you want your flowers to be, if you want them to be pink or if you want them to be, purple, then you could use a purple fabric, or you could use purple to grunge it up in the Tim Holtz Distress Oxides or whatever you want to get the final color that you're looking for. For this one, I sprayed it with my tea mixture first, and then I used Vintage Photo Distress ink, I think, and put drops on it and then sprayed it with water, and then dried it and kind of scrunched it like you would do your hair when it was drying, and that's how I got this finish. I'm not going to spray this one on camera because they do take a while to dry, and so I'm going to show you the rest of the process on how to finish it, and then I'll spray it later. But what I can do is I can take some tea dye ink and a dauber or something. Let's try this one. And kind of distress it up that way. If you don't want to get it completely wet, you could do that as well. And you can see it will age it up. It won't give you as nice of an effect, I don't think, but it does do the job. And then, like I said, if you spray water on it, it'll give a much better grungy effect. Okay. Now for the center, you've got several options as well. You can, let me wipe this off so I don't end up with it all over me. You can use a button, like if you wanted to use that. I think that's really cute. And of course, if you have bigger ones, you'd have to have a pretty big button. But if you had, some coat buttons or something, they would be that big probably. The other option is you could cut a circle that's going to fit in here, which is what I did with this one. And then you take some kind of filler like this and put on top of your circle. And then you take some fabric and wrap. I'll take this ticking just to show you. You wrap your circle and glue it. You know, so that you have kind of a poofy circle. It's going to be hard to do this. Let me do it. Let me make this easier. I'm going to do it just kind of in the middle and just kind of hold it, because it's going to be easier to show you that way. So that you end up with something like this. And then you can take that on the back side and stick it in, you know, stick it up in the hole, so that it makes a poofy little fabric circle. Like that. Which, like I said, that's how I did that one. And then I put a nice finished circle on the bottom. Or, as I'm going to do for this one, I have a felted ball here. And I cut just part of it off. And I'm going to stick the felted ball in here, like this. And then I'm going to put a nice finished circle on the back side, so that when you see it from the back side, it's going to have a nice finished piece. And when you see it from the front side, it'll look something like that. Okay. So, let's glue this piece in. And I'm just wondering, do I want it to be a little darker than that? Yeah, I'm gonna try. I've never tried to use ink on these, but I'm gonna try to put some ground espresso on there and see if I can get it darker. And I'm sure if I had water, I could get it darker, but okay, let's see how that looks now. I really like that button too. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, so if I put that in there like that, just kind of fit it in my hole, and then I'm gonna ink that up just so it doesn't be, it's not so white. It doesn't matter like that's ever gonna show, but it's gonna bother me. Then I'm gonna use my 3-in-1 glue. And I'm just gonna glue the circle on the back. And that just finishes it off and gives it a nice finished look on the back. And this size would probably be the size that you would want to use if you're going to put it inside your journal, because it's not as bulky. I actually think I'm going to cut these a little shorter all the way around and make the whole flower a little smaller. There's always a couple little sneakers that try to get by without getting their hair cut. There you go. So then, if you were to use it in a journal, I'll just grab my journal that's sitting here. I have a pocket page I'm working on somewhere. I think it's in this one. Okay, I know it's on that kind of paper. Here it is. So say I wanted to put this on that pocket. How cute is that? And then that one, like I said, because it's on the smaller ring, does not cause near as much bulk as one of the other ones might, the bigger rings, or weight. So that's something to consider when you're gonna make one of these, is you know, because you're using those metal rings, I keep saying metal rings, they do have some weight to them. Okay, so that's what I got for you today, guys. If you make some, you know, tag me on Instagram or in your video, and I want to see what you've made. I want to see if you did different colors or variations on them, because they're a lot of fun to make. I used to love to make the big ones. Big sunflowers, you know, were a really good seller with the dark centers. Lazy Susans that are the you know, kind of yellow with the dark centers, those kind of things sold really well. So yeah, I think that'll be cute embellishment for a journal, and they're definitely grungy. So I think we've accomplished our goal of Wednesday Grunge Plays. So let me know what you guys think, and I will see you back tomorrow for I Saw It on Pinterest. Bye.